there, Allie and Bert here again from bakingamoment.com. Today we would love to tell you all about this yummy devil's food cake recipe. I'm rocking the wet weather hairdo again, and Bert's got her rainbow dress on as usual. Do you remember that devil's food cake that you used to get like on the end cap of a grocery store shelf? It was dark chocolate cake with bright white marshmallowy fluffy vanilla icing, and it had chocolate cake crumbs all over the top. I don't know why I'm saying do you remember. It's probably still a thing. Anyway, this recipe is inspired by that. I think I always loved the idea of it, but in practice it was often so dry that it would actually make my tongue hurt. This is way better. I mean, anytime you make something homemade, it's gonna be. The good news is it's not a lot of effort, and you probably have most of the ingredients already in your cupboard. Here's what you'll need to make this delicious, deeply, darkly chocolatey devil's food cake recipe. Sugar, all-purpose flour, cake flour, cocoa powder. Now you can use natural or Dutch cocoa powder. Either one will work, but I like a combination of mostly Dutch and a little bit of natural. Baking powder, baking soda, salt, softened butter, eggs, sour cream, or you can use unsweetened Greek yogurt, vanilla extract. That's all for the cake. For the frosting, you'll need egg whites, cream of tartar or lemon juice or white vinegar, salt, sugar, water, and vanilla. Let's start with the cake. This recipe utilizes the reverse creaming method, which I find to be so foolproof, and I love it because you only dirty up one bowl. So combine all the dry ingredients in the bowl. That's the sugar, the all-purpose flour, the cake flour, the leavening, and the salt, the cocoa. Give them a quick stir just to get them combined. Then add in the soft butter and mix this until you end up with something that looks like damp sand. Then the eggs go in one at a time. And finally, the liquid ingredients, the sour cream and the vanilla. Pop this into a greased and lined pan. When you put this batter into the pan, leave a little bit aside to bake separately, and that's how you're gonna get your chocolate cake crumbs. And bake it until it's springy all the way to the center. It's really important that you let this cake cool completely before adding the frosting. To make the frosting, you're gonna start by whipping the egg whites together with the cream of tartar and salt. Once they start to look foamy, you can start adding some of that sugar in. You're gonna go really slow. You wanna give the sugar plenty of time to dissolve, and also you don't want to dump it in all at once and risk losing some of that volume. So whip this up until you have stiff peaks. Keep that whipping on sort of a low speed while you get started on the hot sugar syrup. You just want to boil the remaining sugar and the water until it reaches the 235 degree mark. The temperature is important if you want the frosting to set up properly. Once you hit that magic temperature, you can start drizzling it into the meringue. Be really careful. You don't want your mixer going too high. If it is, then it might throw some of that hot sugar back at you, and that's a nasty burn. Once all the syrup has gone in, turn the mixer up to high speed and continue to whip it until it's really glossy and really fluffy. It's almost gonna be like marshmallow cream. Dollop this on top of the cooled cake. You can use an offset spatula to get some really pretty billows and clouds of meringue. Now take that separate dish of cake batter that you baked up and crumble it all over the top of the frosting. I can tell you for sure that you're gonna love this way more than anything you could buy in a grocery store. It's really moist and dark chocolatey, and the contrast of that really light, fluffy, marshmallowy, vanilla-y icing is so on point. No arguments from Bert. Thanks for watching, and I really hope that you enjoy this recipe. Say happy baking! Happy baking, everyone! Enjoy!